New Iberia. One tax away from prosperity, New Iberia. One tax. Just one more tax away from prosperity. So tomorrow night, the city of New Iberia is once again going to be discussing a 1 cent sales tax. Just if you weren't aware, the national highest sales tax in the entire nation belongs to Louisiana. The average is 10.1 cents per dollar. Well, the solution is actually more than that. The city of New Iberia has a 10.5 cent sales tax. So it's more than the highest. Louisiana has 10.1, is supposed to be the highest in the nation. New Iberia is even higher. And so they're wondering why their economy is lagging behind. And so the solution is to add another 1 cent sales tax. Lord have mercy. They have there's an election coming up for the New Iberia city, and I understand, there's the reshuffling going on. There's legislative elections next year, and there's a parish president election coming up. So it's a good time to do something stupid if you're an elected official. And raising a 1 cent extra sales tax that's apparently incredibly unpopular in New Iberia is one thing people will certainly remember for a few months before Election Day. But at any rate, I digress. Let's listen to how this is going to help the citizens of New Iberia. This is going to blow your mind. You ready? Here we go.
And jobs are important. I mean, you see Amazon trucks all over town. Well, we get sales taxes off those. But there are no local jobs. There's no local property taxes. We got to bring retail back. And it's hard to hold on to that in an internet age.
All right. So the jobs, by the way, is a 4-letter word. If you weren't, do the math, it's 4 letters. It's the number one excuse that everyone in government uses to justify bad decisions. Well, we're going to create jobs. Well, we don't know that. But what we do know is what I think he's the pro tem over there, Ricky Gonsolin, has to say about this particular location. They're trying to raise taxes to make better. This is going to blow your mind. Listen to this.
My biggest concern is, and I read every one of the comments on social media, every one of them. Some of y'all here, some of y'all not here. What I did not see was one solution. All complaints, no solutions. We're tasked as elected officials to have solutions.
Oldest trick in the book. This is textbook. Every time, it's a defense because it works. Elected officials have used it for eons. When you call and say, I'm mad, or they read it on social media, is the case here, always the answer is, well, that's our solution. We spent time and effort coming up with a solution. Why don't you come up with your solution? Well, guess what? The public isn't elected to come up with solutions. The public elected you to come up with solutions. And raising their taxes doesn't generally qualify as a solution to their problem, which is we're the highest taxed state in the nation. That's the problem. Figure out how to bring it down. In fact, if you look at I'm going to put the graphic back on the screen here. One of these you see here is a pilot. Let me explain to you what that is. A pilot is a payment in lieu of taxes. Effectively, what that means is they did it for Costco here in Lafayette years ago. Actually ran Bell's Sporting Goods out of business because they brought Dick's Sporting Goods in, and they didn't have to pay property tax for 10 years. Bell's had to continue paying property tax for 10 years. Bell's is no longer in business, but we have Dick's Sporting Goods now. From out of town, from out of state, came in to put a local company under. That's the solution that these elected officials keep coming up with. It's a shame. Anyway, listen to the explanation, and I'm going to come back and I'll do my best with this. But this one doesn't make any sense either.
I went today, ride Lagniappe Village, by Kmart, Super One, and by those Seminoles. 25 empty buildings. 25. What do I hear from the public? Do something. Fill the retail stores. Provide infrastructure. Provide jobs. Well, that's what we're doing.
So you hear this. There are 25 store locations apparently in Lagniappe Village, I guess is what we're talking about here. 25 of them. They're vacant. And so we have to fill them up. So what's the plan to fill them up? We're going to raise taxes to fill them up. Listen to the. I'm going to jump real quick to this, and I'll come back to this thought in just a second. Hang on for a minute.
I'd be remiss if I didn't say that on the academy, the parish is also partnering, and the parish is putting up $500,000. We are putting up $600,000 from the TIF district. The parish is putting up $500,000, and then we will be coming for this EDD because the scope of the project is almost $40 million.
So now you're hearing these numbers. $40 million is what it's going to take. The city's chipped in $600,000 apparently. I don't have the meeting minutes to show that they've done that yet. The parish is chipping in $500,000. And the plan, Ricky Gonsolin, 25 empty buildings, empty spaces, 25. The solution? Build another empty building. And then someone's going to move into it. That's the solution. Can you? It just doesn't pass the common sense, horse sense test for me to continue spending taxpayer money on this. And they're going to bond this. They're going to have $40 million out of the gate because there's 25 vacant stores. So that's the plan. It's oldest trick in the book. It's my plan. If you want a plan, come up with your own plan. I think what the plan might be. The plan might be to elect people that come up with different plans than raising your taxes. I think that might be a good plan.